The 11th step, sought for prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, praying only for the knowledge of His will and the power to carry that out. The reading for step 11 is 86 to 88, and the principle is spiritual awareness. Second of the maintenance steps. So this is a place you can push in. You can start reading spiritual material. I suggest you start your days when awakening. Read the piece in the big book I've just suggested. Start looking at other spiritual ways. Read spiritual material. Create spiritual practices. My own life took me to living in a Buddhist monastery as a maintenance guy. You know, one of the questions that most of us ask in recovery is, how do I know when I'm in God's will? Well, I can't answer that, but what I can tell you is you sure as hell know when you're not in it, because your life turns to rubbish. Sometimes it's a slow practice. You start to ease off your practice. I learnt meditation from the Buddhist monks. Incidentally, I've worked with one or two of them in recovery. So, meditation, I wasn't a natural, most of us aren't. It is an important part. You know, most people seem to know how to pray. There's certainly more instructions around on how to pray than there is meditation. But I pushed in because it said it. You know? From being a very naughty boy or chaotic way of living, I went to quite a structured way of living. So I spent time in the monastery. And the more I've gone on, most of the paths are the same, really. You know, there are differences. We went to Sikh temple, a friend and I, the other day, and hearing how they live, I thought, I'm a born again Sikh. Because the way they thought about their higher power and the way they lived their life and the way they let their monastics direct them and the way they lived their life, giving out food, and it was just amazing. So the encouragement here is just keep going. Do your prayer as necessary. These days I'm not such a big person that prays a lot. I'll probably meditate a bit more. Look at other spiritual paths. I spent a period of my life out in Native American world with Don Singh. Ended up. I've travelled a lot, and I actually put it in those affirmations in the early years about world travel, not having a clue how did and will happen. I just didn't have a clue. I ended up teaching this very program in an Aboriginal treatment centre. It's probably too long a story to go into right now. Do your meditation. It's through doing my meditation I entered the stream. And it was through my spiritual practice and ways I met my mate, my soul mate. If you'd have talked to me 3 years about a soul mate, I'd have thought you were mad. I thought it was all Hollywood stuff. But I know differently today. Keep open-minded. You don't know what's in store for you. Better than you've planned. And if you keep on track with your 10, 11, 12, amazing stuff will come to be.